Have you ever asked someone to repeat themselves, then pretended you heard them just to avoid embarrassment? What if I told you that something as simple as not hearing well could be silently shrinking your brain right now? It sounds extreme, but a groundbreaking study just confirmed what neurologists have feared for years. Untreated hearing loss is the #1 modifiable risk factor for dementia. Not diet, not exercise, hearing. And here's what's truly alarming. 80% of people with Alzheimer's have hearing loss, but only 22% of them ever used a hearing aid. I'm Dr. Kenji Sato, a brain health specialist with over 20 years of experience helping men and women over 45 protect their memory, sharpen their focus, and age with clarity and independence. And today, I want to do the same for you. In this video, you'll discover why your ears and your brain are more connected than you ever imagined. The silent damage happening right now if you're ignoring even mild hearing changes, and the simple, affordable step you can take today to protect your mind for years to come. Tell me in the comments below, where are you watching from, and be honest. Have you ever turned up the television just a little louder than you used to? Be honest, stay with me, this could change everything. Most people think of hearing loss as an inconvenience, a minor annoyance, something that happens when you get older. But here's what the medical community is finally waking up to. Hearing loss isn't just about your ears, it's about your brain. The 2024 Lancet Commission, one of the most respected medical publications in the world, identified hearing loss as the single largest modifiable risk factor for dementia. Larger than smoking, larger than high blood pressure, larger than physical inactivity. Let me say that again. If you could only change one thing to protect your brain from dementia, addressing your hearing would have the biggest impact. A massive study of over 1.5 million people found that those with untreated hearing loss had a 35% higher risk of dementia. For Alzheimer's disease specifically, the risk jumped to 56%. And here's what really keeps me up at night. For every 10 decibels your hearing worsens, your dementia risk increases by 16%. That's not a dramatic hearing loss. That's the difference between hearing a normal conversation and needing to ask someone to speak up. Oh, think about that. A small gradual change you barely notice. Silently rewiring your brain for decline. But why? Why would your ears affect your memory? Imagine your brain as a vast city filled with activity. Thoughts, memories, decisions, all travelling through neural highways constantly buzzing with information. Now imagine that one major highway suddenly closes. What happens? Traffic backs up, other roads get overloaded, the whole system slows down. That's exactly what happens when your hearing declines. When your ears can't pick up sounds properly, your brain has to work overtime just to understand basic conversations. Scientists call this cognitive load. Instead of your brain effortlessly processing what someone says, it's now straining, filling in gaps, guessing at words. And here's the dangerous part. While your brain is working so hard just to hear, it has fewer resources left for memory, reasoning, and learning. Dangerous. But that's not all. Researchers at Johns Hopkins discovered something even more alarming. Brain scans of people with hearing loss showed actual shrinkage in areas responsible for memory and thinking. The auditory cortex, the part of your brain that processes sound, begins to atrophy from lack of stimulation. It's like a muscle you stop using. Without regular input, it wastes away. One of my patients, Margaret, 67 years old, came to me worried about her memory. She was forgetting appointments, losing track of conversations, feeling foggy. She thought it was early dementia. When we tested her hearing, we found moderate hearing loss she had not even noticed. She told me, "Doctor, I just thought everyone was mumbling these days." Margaret is not alone. Most people with hearing loss do not realize how much they are missing because the brain compensates until it can no longer keep up. Scientists have identified 3 ways that hearing loss accelerates brain decline. Understanding these can help you see why this is not just about hearing. It is about protecting your entire mind. Pathway number 1, cognitive overload. When you strain to hear, your brain redirects energy from memory and thinking to simply decoding sounds. Over time, this constant strain exhausts the brain. Studies show that people with hearing loss who do not use hearing aids experience cognitive decline 30 to 40% faster than those who do. Pathway number 2, brain atrophy. Your brain needs stimulation to stay healthy. When sound stops reaching it properly, the auditory areas begin to shrink. Over time, this can amount to the equivalent of an extra year of brain aging for every decade of untreated hearing loss. And this shrinkage does not stay contained. It spreads to neighbouring regions responsible for memory and emotional processing. Pathway number 3, social isolation. This one breaks my heart the most. When you cannot hear well, conversations become exhausting. You start avoiding social gatherings, you withdraw from family dinners, you stop calling friends, and loneliness, we now know, is one of the most powerful predictors of dementia. Isolated individuals have up to 60% higher risk of cognitive decline. I had a patient named Robert, 72 years old, retired engineer, sharp as a tack his whole life, but over 3 years his family watched him withdraw. He stopped going to his weekly card games, he avoided restaurants, he sat quietly at family gatherings. His daughter thought he was depressed, maybe early Alzheimer's. It turned out he simply could not hear. The background noise in restaurants overwhelmed him. He could not follow fast conversations, so he gave up trying. When we fitted him with proper hearing aids, something remarkable happened. Within months, Robert was back at his card games. He was laughing at dinners, he was engaged with his grandchildren. His daughter told me, "It's like we got Dad back." The hearing aids did not just improve his hearing, they protected his brain by keeping him connected. Now, here's what gives me hope. And it should give you hope too. Unlike many risk factors for dementia, hearing loss is treatable right now, today. A landmark clinical trial published in the Lancet in 2023 followed nearly 1,000 older adults with hearing loss. Half received hearing aids and support, the other half did not. The results? Those who used hearing aids reduced their rate of cognitive decline by 48%. Let me repeat that. Nearly half the decline prevented by simply addressing hearing loss. And in 2024, something changed that makes this even more accessible. The FDA approved over-the-counter hearing aids. You no longer need expensive appointments or prescriptions for mild to moderate hearing loss. Quality devices are now available at pharmacies and online for a fraction of previous costs. This is the first time in history that protecting your brain from this risk factor has been this simple and affordable. But there is a catch. You have to take action. Hearing loss is invisible. You do not feel it like you feel a headache. Your brain adapts, masks the problem, convinces you everything is fine, until one day it is not. So what should you do starting today? Here is the simple plan I give my own patients. Step 1. Get your hearing tested. If you're over 50, get a baseline hearing test, even if you think you hear fine. Many audiologists offer free screenings. Some apps can give you a preliminary assessment at home. The point is, know your numbers. Step 2. Don't wait. If you have even mild hearing loss, address it now. The research is clear. Early intervention prevents the cascade of brain changes. Waiting until hearing loss is severe means damage has already accumulated. Step 3. Consider hearing aids without stigma. I know what some of you are thinking, hearing aids are for old people. But let me ask you this. Is using reading glasses embarrassing? Is wearing a seatbelt shameful? Hearing aids are simply tools that protect your brain. The new generation is discreet, comfortable, and remarkably effective. Step 4. Stay socially connected. Even while you address hearing issues, keep engaging with people. Call a friend, have dinner with family, join a group. Your brain needs connection as much as it needs sound. Step 5. Share this information. Someone you love may be ignoring their hearing right now. A spouse, a parent, a friend, share this video. It could be the conversation that saves their memory. You deserve to age with clarity, to remember the names of your grandchildren, to follow conversations at family dinners, to stay sharp, engaged, and independent for years to come. The path to protecting your brain might be simpler than you ever imagined. It starts with your ears. I am Dr. Kenji Sato. I have spent over 20 years helping men and women just like you protect their most precious asset, their mind. Aging with quality of life is not just possible, it is a choice you make today. If this video helped you, like it, share it with someone you love, and comment below telling me where you are watching from. Your participation helps this message reach people who need it. Take care of your hearing, protect your brain, and I will see you in the next video.